Hello dear grade 5 students. Today our lesson will be about the biggest continent on earth, which is excellent, Asia. As we studied before, we studied Europe. Here it was a continent in the east. Nothing separates Europe from Asia except for Ural Mountains in the middle, right? So today we will talk about what? Importance of Asia, the regions of Asia. We divided Asia into geographic and cultural region because it's so big, and we will present some new words which will help us to understand our lesson today. So let's go together. Now here's the map of the world. As you see here, the biggest continent, the orange one, which is Asia, next to Europe. Now let's see what is the location of Asia. First, look at the equator in the middle of the earth here, as you see with the mouse. Equator is passing through South America, part of South America, bravo, in the middle of Africa, and some islands which are part of Asia, our continent. So now we can decide in which hemisphere is Asia. Is it in the southern hemisphere or northern or what? So as you see here in the map, most of Asia is in the excellent. Up means north, in the northern hemisphere. But look at the orange parts here in the equator, and below the equator a little bit you have some small islands which are part of Asia, but they are in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so this is the first thing when we talk about the location of Asia. Most of Asia is in the northern hemisphere except some islands which are in the southern hemisphere. Now let's see the location about what is north, south, east, west, surrounding countries, continents and oceans. In the very north you can see, yes, the Arctic Ocean in the very north of Asia. Let's go to the south. You can find, look at that, Indian Ocean, because it's south of India here. We have Australia, continent of Australia in the south as well, and we have some part of Pacific Ocean in the south. So three things are south of Asia. Let's go to the east or west. East. In the east you can find the Pacific Ocean only. Let's go to the west. Look at the west, you can find two continents, Europe and Africa. So we have Europe and Africa in the west. Excellent. Now let's go next. Now here, Asia in the middle. Go to the north, you can find Arctic Ocean as we said. Go to the south, three things, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean and Australia as a continent. Let's go to the east, Pacific Ocean again. Go to the west with two continents, Europe and Africa. Now, why Asia is so special, or what is so special about Asia? First, I will tell you about the size or number of people. First, it's the largest continent in population, means number of people, and area of land or size. So it's the largest continent in size or area of land, and population means number of people. Number two, it lies in the northern hemisphere, most of it of course, except for some islands in the southern hemisphere as I showed you in the map. Number three, it has very important civilizations such as Mesopotamia. Remember Mesopotamia in Iraq? Iraq is an Arab country in the Middle East, in Asia. It was the first civilization in the whole history. So as you see here, Asia is very important not only because of these 3 points, but we have other points like it has different physical features, and it has very old history, and it's very important in trade, right? Now let's go next. Here, some new words, we need to present them. Merge. When I say I merged something with something else, merge means form or blend or combine or unite. I will give you example to make it easy to your mind. Examples like Asia and Europe were merged in one supercontinent called Eurasia. So long time ago, Europe and Asia were one super, means very big, supercontinent called Eurasia, coming from Europe and Asia together. So merged means combine or blend or unite. Right, let's go next. Now here's the map to show you Eurasia, which is Europe and Asia together, one supercontinent. They were merged together in one continent long time ago, not now of course. Now we have other words like fertilizers. These fertilizers are man-made chemicals, so they are chemicals made by people. Why we use them? We use them to make the soil better, to make the soil rich and fertile. Okay, so of course, to be able to grow crops or plants, you have to have a fertile land or rich soil with a lot of, for example, nutrients for the plant. So how can I do that if you don't have, if it's not fertile by itself? We have to add something to make it fertile or rich soil, like chemicals. So this is the meaning of fertilizers, means chemicals which make the soil fertile or good for farming. This is the word fertilizers. Now let's go to word immense, means very big, very huge. Okay, when I say Eurasia is an immense continent. Immense means very huge, it's very big, immense. Now let's go to the word peak. I'm sure that guys you have an idea about the meaning of peak. Peak means the very top of the mountain or the summit, which is covered with ice and snow. Very good. So peak of something is the top of something, or the summit, also it's the top. All right, this is the meaning of peak. Now we knew now three things, and four words. We said merge means combine together or blend. Fertilizers, chemicals to make the soil rich or fertile. Immense means very big or huge, and we have peak means the top of the very top of the mountain or the summit. Right, let's go to other words. Now there's a word called monsoon. How can I remember it? I will tell you. You know that we have mon is the half of the word Monday. So we have mon and then soon, like it's coming soon. Monsoon together, this is the name of wind. You know that the winds have also directions, and sometimes we give them names. So monsoon wind, it's a seasonal wind, coming from the word season, because it's coming in different, it's happening in different seasons or periods of time. So monsoon is a seasonal wind in South and Southeast Asia. Now there's a question, what is meant by seasonal winds? Why we call these winds seasonal? Here the winds, these winds change their direction in different seasons. That's why we call it seasonal. Again, why we call monsoon seasonal wind? Why we called it seasonal? Because it changed its direction in different seasons. Alright, now here I have point at the very bottom. Monsoon is a type of seasonal wind in low latitude climates. What's the meaning of low latitude? It's the lines near to the equator. Why I call it low latitude? Low means near to the equator. When I say high latitude, it means the latitude lines or the lines away from the equator. So this monsoon wind is blowing where? Near to the equator, in low latitude lines. Okay, that's why it seasonally changes. This wind is changing its direction between winter and summer. Okay, so this is monsoon seasonal wind. Now here I can show you the map here in the very top, the two directions of monsoon wind. The first direction, northeast, is coming from the land in the countries in the very north of Asia, northeast of Asia. So that's why this is the direction we called it northeast monsoon wind in October, from October to March. This is in winter and it's dry because it's coming from land, not from water, so it's not carrying any particles of water or water vapor. So in winter, monsoon wind is dry, it's coming from the northeast, from countries or from land. Now let's go to the map in the south. It's called southwest monsoon. It's passing through the Indian Ocean, so it will carry water. So this, yes, excellent. This wind in the southwest, coming from the southwest monsoon, it will be wet. It will carry rain, all right? And it is in summertime, between April and September, okay? This is all about monsoon, seasonal wind, and its direction. Alright, now we will talk again about the two types of monsoon as I showed you in the map. Wet monsoon and dry monsoon. According to its direction, it's coming from where? First, wet monsoon, it comes from the southwest as I showed you in the map, from between May and September. This is in summertime, and it brings rain. This monsoon wind brings rain, because it will come from the ocean. It will pass first southwest from the ocean, and then it will go to the continent or the countries, so it will carry water and rain. Now let's go to dry monsoon. This is in winter time. It will come from the northeast, from countries, from land, so it is dry. It will not carry any water or rain. It's between October and April. Okay, now this is all about monsoon. We talked a lot about it. Now a word. Look at the word with red at the very bottom here. Steppe. Steppe here means grassy plain, dry grassy plain. Okay, so you have plain full of grass, so all the plain is grassy, full of grass, dry grassy plain. This is the meaning of steppe. All right, so when I say steppe climate, it means the climate in the area of steppe grass, the grass which is called steppe. We have its area called steppe climate. We usually find that in Asia, in central or in the middle of Asia. So in the middle of Asia, you can find this grassy plain, the steppe, or its steppe climate as well. The steppe climate is not arid. Arid means dry, like the dry desert or the arid desert. It's semi. Semi means half dry. So the climate here in steppe, the steppe climate is better than desert climate, of course. It's much better with more rain, but still it's hot and dry. It has hot and dry summers, and it has warm winters with various rainfall. So it's different from the arid climate of the desert. It's better, of course, and it's called semi-arid or half-arid. Arid means dry. So again, first, steppe means dry, grassy plain. Plain is flat land full of grass. But steppe climate here, it means semi-arid climate. It's not very dry, but it's half dry. It has hot, dry summers, but warm winters with various rainfall. Where is it? In Central Asia. Very good. I will show you the map now. Look here. This is Central Asia, Kazakhstan and part of Mongolia. Here where we can find the steppe climate and the steppe, which is grassy plain, right? Now don't forget, we talked about monsoon wind. It's a wind, the seasonal wind according to direction. And we talked about what the steppe grassy plain and the steppe climate, which is semi-arid with some rainfall. Now we will talk about something else, savanna. The savanna, usually I can find it in a lot of continents, but when I talk about Asia, you can find it in South Asia. Savanna it means flat, long grassland. So what's the difference between the steppe? It's very different. Steppe grass, it's plains full of grass, but it's not tall like savanna. Savanna climate is different too. Savanna is flat grassland, but they are long grass, right? Where can I find the savanna? In tropical land. Tropical means areas near to the equator with a lot of rain. So it's different. The area of savanna needs a lot of rain, and the savanna is very long grass, alright? But the steppe is different. It's semi-arid or half-arid, little rain, and it's in different place, in different climate. But savanna is bigger. It's longer, long grassland, flat grassland, and it's long in tropical land areas near to the equator, right? So this is the savanna. You can find it in many areas in the world, not only in Asia. Look at the map here. You can find the green part, savanna, in Mexico. savanna in some areas of South America. Look, most of Africa from the middle to the south, we have a lot of savannas, especially in the continent of Africa. Let's go Australia, small part in the north of Australia. Let's go to our continent, Asia. You can find it in the south of Asia, as I told you. Now, I will talk about savanna. This word is not English. It came from Panamanian word. Panamanian means it's from Panama. Panama, it's here, look at the map. In Central America, there is a country here called Panama. So this word is from Panama, means prairie or plains. So savanna means plains or prairie. Prairie is another word, means plains. Plains means flat land. So that's why savanna is flat grass. It's in the plains, plains full of grass, okay? Long grass, of course. Now, they are covered with tall grasses. So we said savanna means plains covered with tall or long grasses. They may have scattered some little bushes and trees scattered, but these trees are little. They are not a lot to keep the grasses from growing. So we have an area of plains full of tall grass with little trees or bushes. Okay, the savanna is in a tropical grassland in tropical areas. In areas such as Africa, for example, they have some rain and sometimes seasonal rain, sometimes dry periods. Okay, this is about savanna. Now, geography of Asia. Asia is so huge continent. It's the largest continent on earth. So of course, to be able to study Asia and its countries, we need to divide it into regions. As we said before, region means what? Region is an area of land which share common characteristics, such as, for example, area shares same culture, same language, same geography, same landforms. Yes, that's why we divided Asia into cultural and geographic regions. Now we have main 5 regions. What are they? West Asia, you have the West. East Asia, South Asia, Caucasus Asia, and Central Asia. Caucasus and Central are next to each other. So first, in West of Asia, next to West Asia, you have Caucasus region, and then Central Asia in the middle, and then you have East Asia, and we have South Asia. So again, East and West, South, Central, Caucasian, or Caucasus region, because it's next to Central. I want you just to remember that, right? So let's go to talk about these regions. Now, first region, West Asia. As you see, it's in the West, and it's part of the Middle East. Examples of West Asian countries, all Arab countries in Asia. And you have Iran as well, and you have Afghanistan, and we have Turkmenistan here in the north, and other countries here. But I told you examples of countries of West Asia. So again, West Asia, all our Arab countries in Asia, and Afghanistan and Iran, Turkmenistan, for example. Let's go to another region. We finish West. Caucasus region. Caucasus region, it's between 2 seas, Black Sea and Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea in the east and Black Sea in the west. Okay, it's also, this Caucasus region is part of the Middle East. It includes what countries, or which countries? We have Armenia, the pink one, Azerbaijan, the red one, we have Georgia, the green one, and you have some parts of Russia. So here in Russia, some parts of Russia here, it's southwestern parts of Russia. So again, we have the Caucasus region because they share same culture, they same climate, and sometimes land forms. That's why we consider it as one region called Caucasus. Now again, this area of Caucasus, it's between Black Sea and Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea from the east, Black Sea from the west. So what is the countries? Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and some parts of Russia. Right? Let's go to another region. Now I want you to talk about Central region because it's next to the Caucasus region. As you see here, look at the map. Caspian Sea. Of course, we said Caspian Sea, it's next to the Caucasus region. Also, Caspian Sea is next to the Central Asia. It's in the center or in the middle. What are the countries in Central Asia? I give you example here. Look at the map. You have Kazakhstan, the very big country here in the north. All right, you have Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. We have Turkmenistan. You have Uzbekistan, and all these countries with Stan are the countries where in Central Asia or in the middle of Asia, right? But be careful, not Pakistan, because Pakistan and India is in another region. So again, we said country Central Asia is in the center and it's next to the Caucasus region. What separates the Caucasus region from Central Asia? Caspian Sea. Countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and so on. Right? Let's go next. Some parts of Mongolia also, and small parts of China as well. But now let's go to another region, East Asia. East Asia means countries in the east of Asia. Of course, they are close to the Pacific Ocean, and we have some countries or country islands in the Pacific Ocean itself. So, what are these countries? Let's see. China, of course, the biggest one here, the China, the yellow one. You have Japan, the green one here. It's islands of Japan and its country at the same time. We have Macau. We have Mongolia, north of China here. North Korea, the brown one, and South Korea, the orange one here. And we have Taiwan, the island of Taiwan here. And of course, don't forget Hong Kong here. Okay, so we have Hong Kong and Taiwan here. They are very small and they are close to China. Okay, these are the countries of East Asia. Now, let's go to South Asia. In the south, you can find India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, and other countries near them like Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, right here, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka as an island here south of India, and Maldives Islands here, the Maldives here, as you see here. I'm showing you in the ocean, in the Indian Ocean. Okay, again. The South Asia, in the south, includes Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Maldives, the islands, also Nepal, in the very north, Sri Lanka as an island. Now I will represent or talk only about physical features, but we will delay talking about that to the next lesson. So let's see what are some physical features in Asia. They are like forests, valleys, lakes, rivers, mountains, and desert. Be careful. In Europe, we said Europe has no deserts at all, but Asia has a lot of deserts, and it has the largest deserts in the world. First, what's the meaning of physical features? We said they are landforms or shapes on the surface of the earth. Thank you very much, dear students. Goodbye.